For years now, Kendrick Lamar has been looked up to as an inspiration in the rap game, helping several artists get to where they are today.
I sent him a song and it was just like, he's like, oh shit. He heard something and I guess he's like, I'm gonna play this for everybody in the studio. And I'm like, all right, for sure.
But what no one talks about is the darker side of Kendrick Lamar, a side filled with several wrongdoings. Join me as we take a look at the two very different sides of the well-accomplished artist. What you thought you knew about Kendrick is about to be completely changed. Kendrick Lamar, also known as K-Dot, possesses one of the greatest discographies in rap music, with it also ranking highly against the entirety of music itself. Albums such as Good Kid, Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly have earned Kendrick 17 Grammys over the course of his career. To put that into perspective, Nas has won just one, and many highly rated artists like Tupac and Biggie have never won the award. The artist has also received the Pulitzer Prize, an award that has never been given to anyone outside of jazz or classical music. That was, of course, until K-Dot came along.
Tell us what this means to you.
It's an honor, you know. Been writing my whole life, so to get this type of recognition, it's beautiful.
Congratulations.
With all this success and stardom, it would be very easy for Kendrick to live like a star, with constant boasting and reminding people of who he is. But surprisingly, the artist has managed to stay very grounded and out of the limelight throughout the course of his career, all whilst nurturing several young artists and guiding them to fame and prosperity through his record label. There's two in particular that we'll highlight in Baby Keem and SZA. As the cousin of Kendrick Lamar, Hakeem Carter has been around music for as long as he could remember.
In their regular everyday lives, music's just such a big part. So, because when I was 4 years old, I was in studios with like my auntie.
Beginning to create his own music at the age of 13. Labeling him as a musical genius, Kendrick got Baby Keem involved with his music, with the young artist having credits dating all the way back to 2018, which is when the Black Panther soundtrack was released. It's speculated that around this time is where this iconic photograph originated. Since then, the two have been consistent collaborators, with Keem being signed to Kendrick's new label PG Lang, going on a tour together and also appearing on each other's albums, with an entire collab project being teased by the name of the Hillbillies. It's safe to say Baby Keem's career would likely be much different without the help and guidance of Kendrick, and the same could be said for superstar SZA, who Kendrick signed to TDE over a decade ago in 2013. As the first female artist signed to the label, Kendrick would do everything in his power to propel SZA to stardom, giving her several features for her projects, but it was the song All the Stars which would give the artist her biggest break yet. Found on the Black Panther soundtrack, which was curated by Kendrick, the song would be one of SZA's most popular tracks to this day, and it's when the artist started being recognised across the globe, with her next album, SOS, truly asserting her amongst the mainstream. Whilst Kendrick had less of a hand in the growth of SZA as compared to Baby Keem, without his recognition of her talent and signing her to his label, who knows where the artist would be at this moment in time. Kendrick has done endless amounts of good for music and communities across the world, so much that it will be impossible to highlight all of his good deeds. So before we get into the darker side of the artist, it's important to note that what makes Lamar so great is his transparency and ability to acknowledge his darker side. The vulnerability he is able to show within his music is a skill that few other artists will ever be able to accomplish, and it's just another reason why Kendrick Lamar is considered one of the greatest to ever do it.
I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence. Sometimes I did the same, abusing my power.
But a lot of the greats have a dark side that comes with or as a result of their fame and success, and the same can be said for Kendrick. It's just a lot more hidden than others, but it certainly exists. We've actually seen it recently when Kendrick came from out of the shadows, deciding to diss Drake, while also catching J. Cole in the crossfire.
I still got PTSD, motherfuck the big three, nigga, it's just big me, nigga.
Even insinuating that he will outlive Drake through his comparison to MJ and Prince.
Nigga, Prince outlived Mike Jack, nigga, boom.
This seemingly came from out of the blue, but through further research, we can find that there may be more to it. Whilst the two collaborated on both Take Care and Good Kid Mad City, a rift would appear between the two in the near future, which potentially stems from Kendrick's belief that he is quite simply better than any new artists, including Drake and J. Cole. All the way back in 2013, Kendrick would feature on Big Sean's song Control, and he would go on to say that he should only be compared to Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem and Andre 3000, and that whilst he has love for new artists like Drake and J. Cole, he's trying to murder them. Not literally, of course. The two have sent digs at each other for around a decade now, and all the anger within Kendrick has seemingly been building up until now. Whilst the artists took different directions with their careers, with Drake opting to be a lot more commercial, Kendrick had to make it known that he is quite simply better. Not only speaking to Drake, but J. Cole and the entire rap industry as well. This egotistical side of Kendrick, whilst valid, is certainly a huge part of the darker side of himself. A big ego can lead to people losing touch of reality, meaning it can tie in and affect Kendrick's personal life. While seemingly having the perfect marriage, marrying his high school sweetheart, things have certainly not been perfect between Kendrick and his wife, with Kendrick admitting his lust addiction on his latest album.
There's a lustful nature that I failed to mention, sleeping with other women when he's hurt.
Whilst most artists have their vices, it seemed Kendrick's was lust and infidelity. And if it wasn't for his therapy that he was asked to receive.
One of my favorite lines in the album is where Wood say, "You really need to go to therapy." And I say, real niggas don't go to therapy.
Kendrick would have likely destroyed his relationship with not only his wife, but his 2 children as well, all due to his sexual desires. Infidelity is a common theme within the rap industry, but for an artist with a reputation like Kendrick's, you certainly wouldn't expect it from him, especially considering how vocal he is on topics affecting his communities, which ties us into the next point. Whilst Kendrick has notoriously spoken up about the gang lifestyle of Compton and the struggle of growing up within it,
we gon' be alright.
We gon' be alright.
This is Kendrick Lamar, and yes, I am from Compton. Hub City, shout out to Fuzzy.
The artist has insinuated multiple times through his lyrics that he himself may have had a big part to play. In his album Good Kid Mad City, Kendrick has stated multiple times that he's either killed someone or been complicit to it. Whether this is fiction is still to be decided, but Lamar himself has said that the album is based on his own experiences, and also insisted that he is singing about himself on the song The Blacker the Berry, where he alludes to murder once again. Of course, even if he had actually done these things, Kendrick isn't incessantly bad. Like any other human, he has his demons, and his actions are just a result of the environment he grew up in. But many people and fans of rap believe that Kendrick is an artist without any controversy, when in truth, there is even more than what this video has covered. If Drake wants to fire back at Kendrick, I have no doubt that he'd be able to find ammunition.